Sorry, folks. The stream got a code break, so we'll wait for you guys to show back up. That was cool. There's got to be a way, right? It's 2023, nearly 2024. How is it that coding errors can happen or any stream can die anywhere? Like, people can talk on FaceTime in the middle of the Congo and talk to someone here in Virginia. And they go, no problem. But, here I am sitting with a hard line. No problem. No sweat. It goes, oh, you know what? Let's just kill the stream. I hate you, technology.
Did we lose all the score? Did all the scores get erased? Bummer. Smells like encoding errors. Am I right?
Yeah. So, problem is, it killed the show, did not kill the scores. Where are we at, by the way?
So,
Thank you, Tony.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 9. This will be our 9th question for the second round. So right now we have Kayla at 18, Tony at 17, Julia with 7, and Fosco with 1.5.
All right. I don't know. I don't like any of these, so... No, maybe this one's funny. It's a multiple choice question, people, so chill for a minute, okay? I'll give you the multiple choice as, time progresses with the fullness of it. So, it's a sports question, I guess. What is the maximum height for competitors in the World Dwarf Games? 4'2", 4'6", 4'10". Maximum height for the World Dwarf Games. Also to be featured on a Dwarves album. Hasn't happened yet. We've got no right answers in the typing square. You need to be a maximum
The other
of
one.
The other one. And if you're watching the typing square, you might know how to answer.
Jameson.
If it's not 4'2" and it's not 4'6", what could it be? You want to keep them under 5 feet, obviously. That's implied by all the answers.
Yes.
They just keep a cardboard cutout of Kevin Westerbeck. Boom, Jameson, you got a 4'10". That's a point for you, my friend.
5 points.
Sorry, 5 points, but a correct answer. But yeah, they put up
Thank you, Jameson.
they put up a picture of Kevin Westerbeck with the bird on his head. Whoops. Okay, so this is number 10, right? Mm-hmm. Oof. Goddamn. This is so easy. It's worth it for a tenner because I love this movie. What Jim Carrey movie launched Cameron Diaz as a leading lady? Predates Something About Mary. Predates Charlie's Angels. Saw this in the theater. Bingo, Jameson, you nailed it. It is The Mask. But
Somebody stop me.
oh man, that probably does not hold up. I have not seen it in a long time. But I mean, physical comedy never goes bad, right? And the hilarity of it all. With I don't know, it probably holds up.
I don't see why I wouldn't. I mean, it's Jim Carrey.
Well, I'm just thinking about all because it's a cartoon. Let's not talk about the Jamie Kennedy sequel. Let's just pretend that never happened. Like Ninja Turtles 3, it never happened. There's no Son of the Mask. There's none of that shit.
So, at the end of round 2, we've got Kayla with 18, Tony with 17, Jameson with 10, Julia with 7, and Fosco with 1.5.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of points.
So what's round 3 going to be?
We're popping it up to 10 points. Because now, I'm going to start choosing crazy ones.
Crazy.
I wish Ryan Maxwell were here, but if you see this in the future, you know this. What comic strip character is known as Karl Alfred in Sweden and Iron Arm in Italy? What comic strip character is known as Karl Alfred in Sweden and Iron Arm in Italy? Not Asterix, but good guess. I mean, I imagine. I don't read Asterix. I wouldn't have said BC because that's the only one I know. Not Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown is not, what's his name, Carl Alfred, nor is he Iron Arm. Where are you?
Can I guess
Maxwell?
after everybody else does?
If everybody else tries and fails, which they surely will at this rate. Comic strip. When's the last time I saw him in a comic strip? Never? I don't think I've ever seen this character in a comic strip in my life.
If I think I know who it is, pass.
Pass, says Tony. All right. Well, that's the thing. I would not consider this person.
A comic book character.
This character a comic book character.
It must have been really old in the old.
Oh, I'm sure, but it's Papa. Was that what you thought it was?
Yeah, I wanted to be like, I wanted to sing the song.
It was Popeye the Sailor Man.
Boop boop.
Huh.
Iron Arm was the one that got me.
Yeah, like because Carl, what's his nuts? I was like, what? But, does everybody know that cartoon character with the long penis from Sweden? It's like John Dillerman.
What?
Yeah, he's a character who solves problems with his penis. I saw it on John Oliver.
Oh.
Check it out.
I'm all right.
Anyway. Oh, whoa! These are two things I love. What Blackadder star evolved into Mr. Bean? Evolved. Like he's a Pokemon. What Blackadder star evolved into Mr. Bean?
This is mega evolution.
Loved Blackadder, loved Mr. Bean. It is Rowan Atkinson, Kayla. If you
Jameson.
Jameson. If you love the, dry British comedy of the whatever this was, the probably early 90s, late 80s. What's his name? Hugh Laurie's in it.
I love Hugh Laurie.
Stephen Fry. Blackadder, of course, not Mr. Bean.
We watched an episode of Mr. Bean.
The Christmas episode.
The Christmas one. And I couldn't get into it. It was weird. I mean, it was funny at times, but the whole thing was weird. And I had never watched it growing up, so I didn't have an appreciation of it as a kid. You have to
like and or have developed a taste for British humor because it's wildly, like, even though it's pretty similar in like tone and context, like the subtlety of like the culture of the UK really informs British comedy. So like, that's why I think Are You Being Served is so funny to me.
I like that show.
But that's the thing. Like, it goes beyond. There's like a caste system into the modern workplace. Whereas like Mr. Bean is just like, it's an old school like pantomime. Like he's just
doesn't talk.
That's his thing. It's like, it's all physical comedy. It's like vaudeville. Anyway, guys, here we go. What did Acme Rent-A-Car of New Haven charge a customer an extra $450 for doing after the in-car Air IQ system ratted him out? What did Acme Rent-A-Car of New Haven charge a customer an extra $450 for doing after the in-car Air IQ system ratted him out? Giving birth? No, he did not give birth.
Drop an anvil on it.
No, but that would be funny. They did not use one of those Acme black holes or paint a tunnel on the side of a mountain either. And here's the thing, I thought Air IQ would have been a hint, but it's not. Because I would have thought smoking. Spoiler, it's not smoking.
Air, like AIR?
AIR, Air IQ. So it's probably some cloud-based computational car collecting and monitoring system.
In New Haven.
I don't think that matters. Especially looking at the answer. Don't get caught up on New Haven. It means nothing. Anyone could have done this. Left condoms and a bracelet.
Illegal U-turn.
U-turn, no. He did show up for Kayla Marie Armstrong. No, he was speeding. Air IQ was apparently able to look and see that he sped. They charged him $450 for it. And I'd be like, hey, fuck you. But then they'd pull out the contract and they'd show you the part that you didn't read, but you definitely did sign. So you're screwed.
Yep.
Read the fine print, people. Or don't speed or whatever. I don't know, whatever. All right. What drug did Beijing zoo officials give to endangered tigers suffering from cage life in hopes of perking them up in 2001? What drug did Beijing zoo officials give to endangered tigers suffering from cage life?
Charlie Sheen blood.
Come on, bro. I got Charlie Sheen blood. Great song. No. Not Vicodin. Not Xanax. They didn't want to bring them down. They
Yeah,
wanted to
Xanax
lift them
doesn't
up.
perk me up. It just chills me out.
Yeah, no, they weren't looking to get them high. They were looking to get them amped, juiced, if you will. Is that a good hint?
Yeah.
Looking to juice up a tiger, you would give them blank medication. Not Joe Cola, because that's not a medication, but I like it. Josta Cola, maybe. That was a medication. It started out working on your heart, and then it started working on tigers. What was it? It's for boners. Not Adderall. Guys, it was Viagra. They were trying to horn up the tigers. They were dosing their tigers with Viagra. And here's the thing. Anybody who has a wiener will know this. So this is mostly for the ladies out there. You can get... Yeah, thank you, Tony. You can get boners without necessarily wanting, anticipating, or even having any interest in sexual activity. So I don't believe that, like, juicing up a tiger to get a boner will make them... Because there's the thing, I can lay down for a nap, and boom, you know? Or, like, you know, in the middle of the day, it just happen. I wouldn't be like, oh, well, now's the time to... If you're a tiger and you have an unwanted boner, I don't know if that would make me more excited or more happy. Like if I were living in a cage and all of a sudden I had an erection for no reason, I'd be like, whoa.
What's going on here?
What's happening with that shit?
Crazy.
Whatever. What thigh mistress squeezed out the diet guide, eat, cheat, and melt away the fat? There is a hint in that question. What thigh mistress? Yeah, Suzanne Summers. Suzanne Summers. Yeah, Suzanne Summers. Classic. Do you guys remember right after the Thigh Master, for a brief moment, they put Suzanne Summers back in front of the camera? I believe, if memory serves, they dressed her up as Donald Duck the Sailor, and she danced around talking about the Butt Master. Thigh Master? It was a product that blew up. She was like, you know what? Let's do it for the butt. Didn't work. Here's a quick story about me and the Thigh Master. Walking through Target as a young boy. There's a Thigh Master. They're selling them at Target. I go, whoa, check this out. I put the Thigh Master in between my legs. Again, I'm wearing flip-flops. And I squeeze them together. The tension of my foot, my legs, the Thigh Master, it all culminates in my flip-flop, blowing it apart. So, and it was the cheap ones, right? The ones just like the ones you get at the dollar store nowadays.
Yeah.
Just blew it apart. Had to walk to the store, and since I, it was right by the front door, and I blew my shoe apart at the front, I had to walk around with one shoe through the entire store and get another pair of flip flops. Torso Master. There's so many masters
For your abs.
Yeah, whatever. We're so clever. Like back in the day, if you look into like old sporting events, like the first Olympics or whatever, like dudes are running around naked, lifting heavy rocks, eating cheese and figs, and they all looked, according to the marbles, like svelte and cut and shit. And now people are like eating powders and lifting weights and yelling in the gym and shit just to look like a quarter as good.
Throwing their weights everywhere.
Yeah, like go back to eating goat cheese and running around naked. I mean, in the comfort of your own home. I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right. What major new age record label turned 25 in 2001? No one's going to get this. I imagine they probably cover Enya and Yanni. But what major new age record label turned 25 in 2001? Sail Away. Enya gets a lot of shit, but who didn't listen? Kenny G. Press. Not quite. Not quite. But they may have carried his music too. Geffen? Getting closer, but not quite. No one's gonna get this. I did this mostly just for fun. No one's gonna get it. Wyndham Hill? Ring a bell? No. Pass. Wyndham Hill. Where are we at in the...
We're on the 7th question of the 3rd round.
Okay. What 1982 top 10 hit gushed? Like, oh my god. Like, totally. Like, oh, sorry. There's like the Galleria and like all these like really great shoe stores. What 1982 top 10 hit gushed? Like, oh my god, like totally. There's like the Galleria and like all these like great shoe stores. I don't know this song, so I'm butchering it. But what 1982 top 10 hit was that? Like, oh my god, like totally. It is a song. I don't know the melody, so I apologize. But it's like, oh my god. Chris is gonna read it.
Well, I don't know what it is, so I need to look.
Like, oh my god. It's not oh my god, Becky. It's not Baby Got Back.
Nope.
Soul Man, like the foot?
I don't know it either, so look at her beach.
Let me see. Head over heels. No. I would never have gotten this, but it's a funny question. It's Valley Girl. The answer is Valley Girl, people.
All I thought of when you said, oh my god, was, oh my god, Becky.
That's what everybody thinks of. That's not it, people. Like, oh my god, like.
Oh, Allison said, oh, I knew that.
What the hell?
It's probably just the way David said
I
it.
don't know that song, so yeah, I butchered it and it's fucked, and it's nothing you can do about it.
I thought it was Thought Crime.
Oh yeah, it was Thought Crime. Thought Crime. What a fucking terrible song. P.S. Follow Stephen GC on Twitter. I do. Every once in a while, I'll pop in. It's not Twitter anymore. It's X. But every once in a while, I'll pop in to see what's happening. Very seldom nowadays. But sometimes I'll see, like, you know, good old Stephen GC being like, yeah, liberals need more power. And I go, but your opinion's tainted. However, I can't say that because then they'll block me and I won't get to follow Stephen GC anymore. Was a thought crime, you motherfuckers. Thought crime. Jesus. All right. What? What did con artist Barry Howell, facing 20 years in prison, offer to donate to his ailing sister, earning probation? What did con artist Barry Howell, facing 20 years in prison, offer to donate to his ailing sister, earning a probation? Penis.
Oh, shit.
I'd hope not. It was a kidney, Kayla. Bingo. One of the things you can give. You can give part of your liver, you can give a kidney, you can give a lung. Basically, that's it.
Yeah.
You could probably give someone your appendix, but why would they want it?
Well, they probably wouldn't do that.
Probably wouldn't.
They'd probably just take that out.
Whew. All right. What musicians are at the greatest risk of having blocked or ruptured blood vessels? I thought penis.
And to have him grow hair. Read the question again.
What musicians are at the greatest risk of having blocked or ruptured blood vessels? Drummers is a good answer, but not correct. When I tell you, you'll be like, oh yeah, obviously, not opera. We're looking for musicians. They would be a singer. I believe musician needs to have an instrument. So there's some hints in there. Ricola. Oh man, Kayla. So close, Tony. Yeah. So close. Too bad Kayla already guessed too, but so close.
Was it what I used to play?
Technically, it's a genre, not an instrument. Anyone? People? No one knows? Blocked or ruptured blood vessels?
Sousaphone.
You got genre. Don't tell me instruments. I need a fucking genre. How many genres of instruments? You got strings. You've got woodwinds. You've got a couple other things that I'm not going to tell you because they might be the answer. It is not metal.
Metal.
God damn it, you guys. It's horn players.
Horns. Yeah.
Horns.
I mean, you should watch.
Look at their cheeks. And
Yeah.
just imagine all of that pressure is everywhere.
Look at like
I will yell what I want, Allison.
Too Many Zoos. Check out like Leo's like face when he plays.
Or like Satchmo, any of the old horn players like Miles Davis or any of those, like if you're into classic jazz or even like modern jazz where people use horns, their cheeks, you know, the human body can accommodate some amazing things with either practice or conditioning. And I'll be damned if like a normal person can't turn into one of those like, you know, National Geographic's frogs in a matter of seconds.
And it like when I played saxophone, it hurt, and it wasn't like a trumpet. You know, it's saxophone's a little bit different, but still, horns are horns, and yeah, that hurts. This is the 10th question of the third round.
All right, then maybe you'll like this.
Hot cross buns, am I right? That's how she felt. Allison felt when she played recorder.
Oh yeah, hot cross buns.
Three Blind Mice, you know.
Like hot cross buns is Three Blind Mice. Why did
Yeah.
we do that?
I don't know.
It's like when my son watches shit on his tablet. It's the same public domain songs, but they changed the words to an insane and sometimes hilarious degree, to which there will be no rhyming, no
Reason?
melody, no following the music. It's just like someone with a broken English dialect going like, and then he went to the store, and then there was some bread, and he saw this dude. And meanwhile, like,
This dude.
yeah, Coco Melon is
Yeah.
fucking bullshit. Little Baby Bum, it's all fucking garbage. Hip hop, at least you have to write poetry over shit that sucks.
True.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
Doesn't always suck. Check out Del the Funky Homo Sapien. Deltron 3030 is one of my fucking top 10 albums. Moral of the story is we're moving on.
This is the last question of round 3.
I was going to ask the other one, decided not to because I was talking about Deltron.
Deltron.
What actress starred in Tarzan, Bolero, and Ghost Can't Do It? All of which Leonard Martin described as virtually unwatchable. What actress starred in Tarzan, Bolero, and Ghosts Can't Do It? Boom, Bo Derek. Kayla, you nailed it.
Nailed it.
She showed up later in Tommy Boy, and Tommy, played by Chris Farley, said to his dad, played by Brian Dennehy, "Whoa, Dad, she's like a 10.
Whoa. Okay.
That's a reference.
So that was round 3. We have got Kayla with 38, Jameson with 30, Tony with 17, Julia with 7, and Fosco with 1.5.
Not bad. Bolero was my hint. All right, let's see what we got.
How many points are we doing for round 4?
Let's keep it going with 20.
Keep it going. Not with 10, with 20.
Okay. What two-word term was coined for unstable oxygen molecules in blood that hasten aging and damage proteins, fats, and genes? What two-word name was coined for unstable oxygen molecules in blood that hasten aging and damage proteins, fats, and genes? They also... Nope. I was going to say they had a one-hit wonder in the 90s, but that was a different thing. There was a lot like this. Antioxidants is the opposite of what I'm looking for, Tony. Those fight these specific things. Anal leakage is close because anal leakage will definitely damage fats, proteins, and it will ruin your genes. That's anal leakage for you. It's the opposite of antioxidants. And if you say oxidant, you'll be wrong. So don't. The band I'm thinking of with their one-hit wonder started with the word new, right? They were the new blank, had the one-hit wonder where they said they were going to beat up Marilyn Manson. This would be not new, but blank, right? Does that help? Does it help people? New Radicals is whatever. We're so far into the reads.
Old. Right?
No. New Radicals is the band, yes.
Oh, yes. New Radicals is the
It's
band.
not New Order, and it wasn't New Kids on the Block, and it wasn't Newsies. However, we're still looking for the answer. You guys did get New Radicals, so I am proud of you for that, Tony. We all love
Free
the New Radicals. However, the Free Radicals are what will get you aging
That's what
faster.
Tony said.
No, that's what I'm saying. You got
But
it,
he
Tony.
already guessed antioxidant.
I know, but we're so far beyond the pale. Let's just call it. That's fine.
So we're giving it to him?
Yeah, let's do it. We're so far in the game, it's not important anymore.
It kind of is, because now he's just behind Kayla.
I mean, to me, it may be important to you, the player, but by now, I'm 2 inches deep into this glass, and let's see.
and David's going to change the rules.
I've got a classic half inch to go. Wink, wink. Anyway.
I don't mind. Yeah, Tony doesn't mind being just below Kayla.
What was the first book in Cormac McCarthy's American Frontier Border Trilogy? 2 inches, am I right? Call that 3 fingers.
My glass is almost empty, so...
People, when they service me, they have to keep their pinky up because they run out of space. Anyway, what's going on? Regular Roger Goodwill over here. Goodall, sorry. What am I saying?
What's the question?
What is the first book in Cormac McCarthy's American Frontier Border Trilogy? First book, Invading the Middle North. Not a bad guess.
We're going to say it so much. I mean, I'm convinced the Middle North is a thing now.
It doesn't exist.
It's a thing. Just like Wolin's shoe falling
Tell
off.
them-
Thank you, Ryan Maxwell.
Listen, I want you to
Wherever you
walk
are.
into any place in public, right? And just casually drop the terms Wolingate
Well,
or Middle North.
you wouldn't do Wolingate in public
I
with
don't
people.
care which. Middle North is as stupid as Wolingate, and it's not an American tale, and it's not an American tale. Fievel Goes West.
I already forgot the question because I'm too...
It's all the pretty horses. No one's gonna get it. It's all the pretty horses.
I have never heard of that.
Never heard of it either. It's all the pretty horses.
I feel like people would appreciate the concept of the Middle North.
Maybe they would, but it doesn't exist.
Maybe we should make it exist.
The Middle North would be like 2 states, and no one's going to do that. The Southwest is like 3 or 4.
Everyone across the middle.
No, those are flyover. You have the Midwest, you have the East, you have the South, and you have the North. Because the Midwest and the Southwest are wildly different in flavor. The Middle North is just like the middle. Which is why they call it Middle America.
I feel
or
like
the
Oklahoma
Midwest.
would be the middle. Nope, that's not Middle North.
No, it wouldn't. That'd be Southwest. Oklahoma, New Mexico, Texas, Arizona, parts of California, Southwest. Nevada, some places. And you have the Pacific Northwest.
I
and
need
then
a map.
You do not
I need
have
to-
the Middle North.
I need to look at a map and circle Middle North.
Do that. Look at get a Rand McNally out and circle the Middle
I'm
North.
gonna do it.
You'll get 10 points. What became the third nation in the Western Hemisphere to hit a population of 100 million? Nobody lives anywhere near 100.
If they do, they become snowbirds and come to Arizona.
No, those are farther east. Snowbirds are Minnesota. No, sometimes, yes. Minnesota, Illinois, the Mimel the Elf? That's all those fucking Zimbolivia.
What was the question?
What became the third nation in the Western Hemisphere? So Zimbolivia is out. To hit a population of 100 million. Zimbolivia is obviously in the Middle North Hemisphere. Mexico is correct, Tony. You nailed it.
Nailed it.
Bingo. Woof. Okay. You're going to love this. Krista likes trashy romance novels, so maybe she'll get this.
Oh, maybe. Probably not.
Buckle up. What is the average age of a Harlequin romance reader in 2001? It's a multiple choice. Multiple choice. Quiet. What was the average age of a Harlequin romance reader in 2001? I guess Maybe I shouldn't do the average. Whoever's closest without going over. Because there's only 3, and more people than 3 play, it'll be too easy. Whoever's closest without going over. What is the average age of a Harlequin romance reader? 16's a little young, Kayla. It's mostly for dried out old ladies. All right, Jameson is in with 37. Any other guess? Closest without going over. What is the age group of...
If nobody gets it, I'll guess.
Somebody might get it. Spoiler alert. Other people may answer. So one person is definitely probably going to get it because they are the closest without going over.
The average
but we
age
can get better. Yes.
of a person that reads a Harlequin.
Average age of a Harlequin romance reader in 2001.
That's
Said her name was 22 or said she was 22?
Her name is 22.
She said her name was 22. Is her aunt? Bill and Ted voice. 69, dude. Wild Stallions. Okay, Jameson gets the points.
I was going to say 30.
Negative. It's 44.
44?
In 2001, the average age of a Harlequin romance reader was 44. The answers on the table were 33, 44, or 55. 44 was the answer.
So the closest without going over was him. So
bingo. Jameson gets the points.
I forgot how many points he had.
What? 20.
No,
what?
I know. Okay. Go ahead.
What
Continue.
mathematical constant can be specified to 7 places using the mnemonic device, how I need a drink? Alcoholic? Of course. I like that because it's got booze in the title. Here's the question. What mathematical... Bingo! Tony, you got it. It is pi. Specified 7 places. How I need a drink. Alcoholic, of course. 3.14159. How am I crazy? 3.14159 is how much I can remember.
I think there's a 7 after the 9.
Right, but what starts with H? How I need a drink, alcoholic, of course. 3, how?
Is the 3... If you hit 3 out when you had the...
So it's the number. It's not a mnemonic device. That's bullshit. Mnemonic devices, this is not. It's how many of the letters are in each word. How, 3, I, 1, need, 4, A, 1.
Yep.
This is bullshit. That's not a mnemonic device, you fucker. A mnemonic device is something that rhymes.
H is the 8th letter of the alphabet.
Like Roy G. Biv.
Yeah.
Like whatever. The mnemonic device of... Or like the northeast, west, and south. Like never eat sour watermelon. That's a mnemonic device. Never eat sour watermelon.
Yeah, I have never heard it as that. I would. Mine was always never eat soggy waffles.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter what you use. Moral story is that's a mnemonic device.
Take Tony's points away.
Mnemonic.
The
it's
question
a name.
was illegal.
This isn't an alphanumeric device.
It's true.
Mnemonic my ass.
Let's call the creators of the 20th anniversary.
Someone get me 1997 on the phone. Jesus. All right. Who passed up the chance to be Barbara Streisand's daughter-in-law by breaking off her engagement to slow burn co-star Josh Brolin? Who passed up the chance to be Barbara Streisand's daughter-in-law by breaking off her engagement with to slow burn co-star Josh Brolin? I'll be damned. Wonder what she's up to nowadays. She was big for a while. Classic pie. Think of not Reba McEntire. Who was she with a lot? Like something Grant. What's
Amy
the guy?
Grant? Oh,
no, the guy who got caught with the prostitutes. Minnie Driver is correct, Jameson. She broke off the engagement with slow burn co-star Josh Brolin. Minnie Driver. Jolene Blaylock. No, was it Hugh Grant? Yeah, she was in. With,
Hugh Grant?
Yeah, I always sort of lumped her with Hugh Grant because I think they were in a movie together. But Minnie Driver was one of those like, she was an action star. She was just in a bunch of like stuff that I'd never watch. But that's Minnie Driver for you. Now she's a skeleton. She was like then too. All right, who grabbed a Grammy for Best New Artist in 2000? Gushing, oh my God, you guys, I seriously do not have a speech prepared whatsoever.
In 2000, 23 years ago.
Who grabbed a Grammy for the Best New Artist in 2000? Gushing, oh my God, you guys, I seriously do not have a speech prepared whatsoever. I don't think I'm thinking of Elizabeth Hurley because she had bigger cans and was in... wasn't Elizabeth Hurley in the Austin Powers franchise before she was replaced by Beyonce? Not Miley Cyrus, Tony. Maybe close.
But Chuggington.
No. 2000 is way too early for Miley Cyrus. Butt Chuggington, too soon. Too soon for Butt Chuggington. Christina Aguilera is the correct answer. 2000, new best artist. You know, not whatever. She was everywhere.
Yeah. Genie in a bottle, baby. I will rub you the right way.
Yo, like, there are very few songs out there that can take like pop lyrics and make them like interesting and fun. Two that I can think of. The Electric Six has a song titled Jimmy Carter. And in like right before each chorus, the refrain is always Backstreet's back, all right. And it's about, you know, it has nothing to do with the Backstreet Boys except for one of the verses. But Backstreet's back, all right. I love that shit. I forget why I started this. There's a Christina Aguilera song that somebody covered. Who did it? Pain. Pain with their song Call Me. Genie in a Bottle, Rub You the Right Way.
Yep.
Classic metal take on that set of lyrics.
It's good.
One of my favorite metal bands. And, you know, working, like, to this day, Pain, out there in Sweden,
They're
Switzerland,
Swedish,
going through Russia and Spain. And, you know, there's a market for, you know, working musicians in Europe. We don't have that here. It's too big, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grosse Point Blank and Good Will Hunting, Minnie Driver. Bingo. Not a fan?
I still miss the classic Pain song, FFOP intro.
Different Pain, though. I found the metal Pain from Sweden while
so
looking
good.
for Pain, the ska band from the early 90s.
Elliot loves to sing to Pain, the metal band.
If you love... And here's the thing. It's not like hard metal. It's not speed metal. It's not power metal. It's like... I love Peter Targan, right? I think he's a cool dude, puts on a great show, no complexity in his music. He's kind of a butt rock artist. But it's fine. Like, Party in My Head is a very obtuse take on the COVID crisis.
Yeah.
There's no nuance. There's nothing special. It just really kicks ass.
Yeah, it's a good song. And our son sings it, and it's amazing.
Loves it. All right, people. Check this out. You're going to love this. It's a repeat. What prescription drug did a teenage hacker order for Bill Gates after stealing his credit card number off of the internet? I know this because I was like, oh my God, what a scandal. What prescription drug did a teenage hacker order for Bill Gates? Bingo! Whoa, you guys
a
want to talk about
repeat.
Jolt Cola for this one? Hello?
Adderall?
Viagra will give tigers boners and Bill Gates a boner. It works on every boner. I guess it works on every wiener to become a boner.
Jameson type fastest.
Jameson nailed it. Classic Viagra. All right. Another good one. What celebrated poet began life as Marguerite Johnson in St. Louis in 1930? Poet laureate, as your hint. What celebrated poet began life as Margaret Johnson? It was not Edgar Allan Poe. Maya Angelou is correct, Kayla. Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe began life as Marguerite Johnson. Which, you know, that's the thing. I shouldn't say here's the thing, because there isn't. Poe, even though he's like a Boston dude, feels like he'd be right at home in like the seedier parts of New Orleans, right? So even though like they found him on a bench or like in a gutter when he died in like Boston or wherever, I could totally see him in like Louisiana in like one of those absinthe dens or like some sort of brothel or whatever, because you know his death still a mystery.
I loved oh my god,
Brothels.
Altered Carbon, when they had Edgar Allan Poe's like, he was like the
Creative license.
well, right, but he was like the what are they called, the hotel.
He was the
guy.
electronic concierge.
So good. I want to watch that again. We should watch that again. Maya
Or
Angelou's,
Lord Armstrong.
Maya Angelou is the only poet I could think of that would be in the 20th anniversary edition of the game.
What other poet can you think of that like you would know, right? She was like the fucking, not for nothing, like what a sweet gig. Poetry, you know, forgive me for saying this if you love poetry, but what a fucking nothing, right? Like maybe there's a time when poetry was a thing. It feels like books. Like whereas books were supplanted by TV, poetry was supplanted by literally anything better all the time.
There's still like at least here there's a lot of local artists that are like,
I'm sure, but
that I
here's the
follow
thing.
that do poetry slams and stuff here.
I'll take my poems in the epic form. Give me a Virgil, give me a Dante, give me a Homer, give me something where like there's substance, right? I think maybe the long and the short of it is the modern man or the layperson thinks of poetry as like, you know, where do you hear poetry the most? From angsty assholes who you don't want to be around. I don't know about Maya Angelou. Maybe she's a downer too. Anyway, which tongue has shared the official language status with English in New Zealand since 1987? Which tongue or language has shared official language status with English in New Zealand since 1987? Yeah, if you're gonna write a poem, make it a song. Which language or tongue? Aboriginal, close. However, Aboriginal is Australian. New Zealanders have a different Kiwinese. No, Portuguese. Nope, that's Portugal and or Brazil. Close, but just kidding. You weren't close. Portuguese is not close. The broken English. We're good in there. Yeah, the Aboriginal
Debatable.
tribes of Australia have their thing. We got the Pygmies of Papua New Guinea, and then we have this sort of people from New Zealand. And you can confuse them as like Pacific Islanders too sometimes.
The doctor that I had on for one of my presentations for work had an amazing New Zealand accent, but I have no idea what the language is
Kayla,
called.
spoiler alert, yeah, it's Maori.
She already guessed.
I know, but that's the thing.
doing
We already
it.
threw that out the window. Maori is one of those things, or rather cultures, where when you... Maori is cool, but it's also associated with all those crazy weapons from like World's Deadliest Warrior, whatever the fuck that show was called. Like the Maori shark blade paddle or the obsidian axe or all those fucking brutal islander weapons. Holy fuck, dude. Like, not for nothing. If I were to go up against literally any of these warriors of throughout the ages, right? I would never go Islander because they have nothing but like sticks tied to rocks in like these huge horrifying clubs and like their shark teeth paddles. Like, give me a ninja to fucking slice my head off, right? Just done. Imagine having a dude with like a paddle covered in shark's teeth come at you. That's not ending quickly.
No, and it's crazy, like, so not to like go completely off topic, but this doctor that came in from New Zealand, she was talking about she's like the head of like their brain bank research program.
40 brains in a jar.
She was explaining how their facility started, like basically, I don't want to say like in a shack, but like compared to what it is here in the U.S., like a shack. And then they got in with the Philippines and they started doing this whole crazy thing together. And now their brain bank is like, becoming an actual like big hospital to research like Alzheimer's and stuff like that. And it's getting really a lot bigger than obviously you would think for somewhere in like New Zealand.
We're sort of going, whatever, like water sloshes in a bowl, it'll end up in the middle, and we're sort of on the other side of that shit. Because, with Burke and Hare and all the corpse stealers of less than 100 years ago, we're way up here. Then they got down to here, we're like, enough people were doing it, like nobody was stealing anything, so whatever. Now we're back up here, we're like...
They're not stealing brains.
No, I'm saying we're like on the other side of the bowl where people are throwing their bodies at science, where you can have a warehouse of brains or like whatever, like on a small scale, like, and this is just due to like bureaucratic red tape and bullshit, but like the place I work, they have to take medical samples of tissue from people.
Mm-hmm.
They store the samples collected from actual human beings inside their butts, right? From 2012 to present in the same room that my printer is. And they keep the room super cold. Not only for the printer, but for the butt
archived
samples.
section.
So I've got to walk in and pass, and sometimes I'll put my mail on top of it and put stamps and shit all over stuff, all on top of people's butt samples.
It's frozen. It's fine.
It's not. It's not. They don't keep the printer in a frozen room. They keep it in a room that's about 62 degrees.
Yeah, but tissue samples like that,
Gross.
whatever.
It's gross.
It's all formalin, paraffin. It's paraffin wax is what they're in.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway.
They're the inside of people's asses that I don't need to be.
It's not. It's in a cube. It's fine.
All these specimens are labeled Abby normal.
Happy normal. We're at the
Butts.
number 10 of the whatever round we're on. 4th round.
Okay.
Last question. Go.
All right, let's do this one.
Butts.
Ooh. This is going to be a deep nerd pull, so I hope you guys are deep nerds. What was the 6th and last Dune novel to be written by Frank Herbert? 6th and last Dune novel to be written by Frank Herbert. P.S. I love Captain Picard, but Jesus Christ, the first Dune movie is almost unwatchable.
I've never seen them.
I'm sure smart people love it, but boy, oh boy, like when...
Too much talking about science?
Dune Part 6. Close. Pretty fucking close, Jameson. However, not quite. Yeah, I don't know. It's just... Chapter House Dune? Yeah, that's actually right. Chapter House is one word, but yeah, Chapter House Dune.
Oh.
I knew Kayla would get that because she's a nerd. Leonard Part 6. Another close one. Starring in Leonard Part 7. I'm Bill Cosby. All right, so at the end of the 3rd round, what have we got?
We've got Jameson with 120, Kayla with 98, Tony with 77, Julia with 7, and Fosco with 1.5.
Yo, so... I was also thinking Leonard Part 6, but I'm also thinking Leonard Part 6, so that's not unusual. We've been going for whatever. Was it been an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Roughly? I feel like 3 rounds for this many points.
4 rounds.
4
okay.
rounds? Oh, damn.
Yep.
4 rounds is a good number then. Who won?
Jameson.
Woo! Good news, Jameson. I wasn't listening. Chris was talking.
Shocker, right?
I was thinking about other things, but
Ooh.
this says open now, but next week it's going to say Jameson, and it'll have a new sticker on.
Sticker.
Just real quick, Jameson, if you had to pick between a strawberry rabbit, an angry shark, or Mickey Mouse's hand holding lightning,
What would you choose?
what would you choose? Just like Rorschach test, right? So, Jameson, what would you choose? A strawberry animal, a red shark, or a glove holding some lightning? I'm not going to show you what they look like because you're going to have to be surprised. But I bet you can figure it out. Anyway, so congratulations, Jameson. Winner, going back up on the open sign. Jaws is your favorite movie? Well, good news. I'm going to give you the strawberry kitten. Just kidding. Anyway, so that's it, guys. Jameson's the winner. You'll see his name up here in a couple of days. So in 2 days' time, now that we're past the holidays and we can start getting morbid and dark about true crime and stuff,
Perfect.
got some weird ones and some ones that are going to make me angry, but we've got to get through them. They're in the playlist.
Let's
We've
do a
gotta
weird
watch
one
it.
before the new year, and then we can just start fresh with the ones that make you angry.
I don't know if I have a weird one. 'Cause,
You just said you did.
I mean, it's not weird. It's weird in that, like, I mean, it's not weird in a funny way.
Oh.
I don't have anything weird in a funny or comical way. Like, there's no Stephanie Lazarus. There's no,
The dude from Bullhead City.
right, like Michael Bailey pulling his balls out in a Walmart. I don't have any more, like, lighthearted, low energy sexual offenders. I've just
We
got,
should
like,
find one.
really rough shit coming up. But
Let's start that in 2024. Let's do something.
We'll see what happens. Moral story is, in a couple days' time, we'll be back for more FFOP radio. You'll see the change here. Who knows what else will change? But thank you guys for showing up for another great episode. I appreciate it. If you like or are interested in home brewing, we're making mead. Check out Meeting of the Minds, MEADING of the Minds. And you can check out our stuff there. We got more stuff coming. We'll be drinking more of it on here if you don't want to watch it get made. But that's all I got. So until next time, thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. We will see you on the next episode of FFOP Radio.
Bye.
Or they try to.
Fistful of Podcasts Radio.